Caught a man breaking into husband's car. Husband couldn't care less. I feel like I'm going crazy. My husband never locks his car and often leaves his phone and wallet sitting in the front seat. His car has been broken into before because of this. I have discussed this problem with him so many times, but he's never done anything to change this habit. He always just shrugs it off. This morning I'm walking to my car, which is parked next to his, while on my phone and not paying attention, and suddenly I'm face to face with a man rifling through his car. I freeze in fear and the man slams the car door, dares me to call the cops and then walks off. I run back inside to tell him what happened and I ask him to go see if anything was stolen. Luckily he had his phone and wallet on him. He takes 2 steps outside, looks around, says it's fine and comes back inside. He doesn't check if anything was stolen and he leaves the car unlocked. He also didn't ask if I was okay, which I totally am. I don't want to be dramatic because obviously nothing happened to me, but it was still a startling experience. I feel like this is a big deal. But his lackadaisical attitude makes me feel like I'm making it a bigger deal than it is. I dunno, I'm just at a loss. Most comments are missing the point. I'm guessing the real reason you are upset is because he didn't appear concerned for your well-being. You were face to face with a thief who threatened you and your husband didn't even ask if you were okay. Do you feel he put you in this position through his carelessness? Tell him how you feel and what steps he could take to make you feel that he cares about your safety. Honestly, I'm at a loss too. Identity theft could really mess up both your lives. Maybe this is something you guys need to discuss in the presence of a couples counselor to get a fresh perspective on the situation. This is just baffling. Is he like this about everything? Would he be cool if someone broke into your house? And yeah, even though you're fine, you were in a dangerous situation. You're lucky the thief walked away. How does that not bother your husband? The fuck is wrong with him? The people saying it's a good idea to leave your car unlocked have obviously never had their car stolen and hot-wired. If you live in a high-crime area, leaving the car unlocked can actually be a good idea. No broken windows that you need to replace. As long as you aren't afraid for your personal safety, I'd say leave it up to your husband how he wants to feel about it. Frequently leaving your phone and wallet in the front seat of your car is really irresponsible. Is he that irresponsible about everything? Your reaction was totally normal. We have lots of break-ins and car prowls in my area, but I'd still be scared to run into a thief like that. He should be worried about you being okay, but other than that it's not a big deal. I feel like scumbag lowlifes are gonna continue to open car doors to look for change. There's nothing you can do about that. It's better to leave it open than have them break a window. I know someone whose husband often did this, except he left his keys too. Their house was broken into and her purse was stolen. Not once, but twice. It's stupidly dangerous to do this and I would be very frustrated too. How does he not understand how dumb that is? Hubby wants to be an idiot and have his stuff taken, that's his problem. Just be sure he knows that you are not responsible for replacing his stolen shit. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. And #X200B. While nothing happened to you this time, people can be unpredictable. Especially since you caught the man in the middle of a crime. I'd suggest for your safety, start carrying pepper spray. Or a knife. Get some self-defense lessons, as it's clear your hubby doesn't give a shit. For this, I'm sorry, Op. I wish you the best. This is going to sound crazy, but is it possible that his car is a drop point? I cannot think of another explanation for why a grown man would be so nonchalant about having his car repeatedly broken into. I bet he discourages contacting the authorities each time. If your husband is caught facilitating illegal activities, you could get drawn into the whirlpool. Look out for yourself. Weird behavior. I would think that my significant other would be highly concerned about my well-being and at least ask. And he doesn't care about his car either. Is he going to leave the house open next, watch all your shit get stolen, and be okay with that too? I'm in awe. Get his wallet and take pictures of the front and back of every credit ID card he has in it. That way, when you get stuck with having to call to shut down all your credit cards, you'll have the information you need. Also, make sure you have the passcode for his phone and that you have a phone finder app on your phone, linked to his, so you can shut down the phone quickly if it is stolen. This assures that you won't be negatively affected by his negligence. That's about all you can do unless you want to go out every evening and lock the car for him. Let him read some of the comments on this thread if you think it might make a difference. From what you've said, I doubt it would. I'd take his shit out of the car myself when he's not paying attention and make him think someone stole it. Take his phone, turn it off so he can't track it, wallet, ID, hell I'd even make the bank account look drained. Then see if he cares. Whilst living in Chicago, my roommate accidentally left her cell phone on the seat. Window busted, phone stolen both times. Your husband is an idiot. Why does he not care if things get stolen? I truly don't get this. My mom gets her change stolen constantly. What is your husband like outside of this issue? Is he pretty normal and your relationship good? Or is it possible that what's really bothering you is that this is not the only area of life in which your husband's behavior is careless, inattentive and stupid? Is he trying to commit an insurance fraud? When I was about 15 I stayed over at my dad's house. Woke up and heard a rustle outside. Looked out the window to see someone in his car. I turned my lights on and the person ran away. My dad still never cared to lock his car. It drove me crazy. I knew a man who purposely left his car unlocked, with the reasoning that fixing broken windows cost more than anything he really kept in the car. I could see someone hiding in the back seat is also a big concern, especially for a woman. I once had a woman get into the car while I was at a red light. I'm glad newer cars lock automatically now. Mine did too at that time, but it just so happened that I dropped off a friend a few minutes before, and the door didn't lock again. I don't know what insurance is like elsewhere, but in the UK if you leave your car unlocked and it gets stolen then the insurance won't cover it. As long as when his phone and wallet are stolen, he gets to deal with the hassle of replacing all his stuff. Hope he keeps stuff backed up. If it's not your problem when it happens, let it happen. I'm not kidding. Let it be his problem. Is there a garage door opener in his car? Instant access to your whole house. I'd be furious. Sounds like him showing concern would be admitting he is wrong for leaving the doors unlocked. By acting like he doesn't care he gets to stand firmly behind his foolish decision. You're not crazy. He's preserving his pride at your emotional expense. There are types of people who use the lame excuse that, if someone really wants to steal your stuff they are going to, so why worry or fret about it? Well, it's my stuff I worked hard to get, why wouldn't I want to protect it? At least put in some effort, not so far as to endanger your life. But geez, locking your car isn't that hard. I'm laid back but your husband is brain damage level of laid back. He sounds really dumb. Is he dumb about most things? Why would anyone on purpose leave their wallet and phone in an unlocked car? Is he just that rich? What the fuck? I don't get this. I've seen people give zero fucks but goddamn. All it takes nowadays is a button to lock or unlock a car. It's not like you waste any time doing it. We've had our car rolled several times when there were junkies in the neighborhood. I promise you my husband would have freaked out if that happened to me. That whole situation is fucking weird. The fact that he has no concern at all for you or his belongings is definitely something I would jump on, like right now. I'm so sorry your husband doesn't seem to care for your well-being or your opinion. But I would do my best to separate my finances from him, particularly my car insurance if you are on the same plan. Leaving his car unlocked will almost certainly invalidate his insurance, and should something valuable be taken, or if the car is damaged, he will have to pay out of pocket for any of the repairs or replacements. I wouldn't want my income going towards paying for things because he's too lazy to lock his car. God damn he dumb. Is your husband depressed? Did he grow up in a rough area where this happens a lot? WTF. I would still ask my partner if they were okay. I'm from a medium-sized city in Canada and I live near enough to a subway station that my vehicle has been broken into probably half a dozen times, that I'm aware of. I'm very much like your husband. I could not care any less, but due to the high-risk neighborhood, it's pretty safe in actuality lol. I don't leave anything of value in my vehicle. An extension cord for the block heater and jumper cables, that's it. I fail to see why your husband would basically tempt fate by leaving two extremely valuable items on his front seat. Is your husband crazy Joe Davila? How do you communicate to him that you'd like him to be more protective of your well-being and empathetic to your experience without him getting defensive? Maybe sit him down without any outside distractions. Look him in the eyes and tell him that inviting chaos into your lives can complicate your marriage in the long run. That burglar could have been armed. Maybe he is after potential insurance money? Yes, it does seem strange that your husband is so non-reactive. Is he depressed possibly? Perhaps just tell him that you would hope that he would show you concern when coming across a criminal as well as concern for his car. Also, you're making a portmanteau of lax and lackadaisical. It's just lackadaisical. They will be coming back most likely as it's an easy target. My first thought was that there has to be a background story your husband didn't tell you. Something like a second side of him you don't know, which he keeps a secret. Otherwise, I have no clue how someone could not care about this stuff. That's a pretty weird way to behave. Also, one cannot be so nonchalant about the safety and security of one's own family. For you it's a hard pill to swallow. Lackadaisical. The most concerning part here is how blasé he is regarding your safety. You could have been seriously injured or worse, and he couldn't care less. Seeing as he makes no real effort to change or improve, this isn't someone I'd personally want to be with. If I were you, I would reconsider the relationship as a whole. Take his stuff and let him fend for himself. Let him buy a new phone. Let him deal with the credit cards. He can't keep them if he's not going to be responsible. Let him believe they were stolen. I know so many people who intentionally leave their cars open at night. Due to affordable housing shortages everywhere, an unlocked car can mean a safe place to sleep out of the direct elements that they'd be forced to sleep in without the option. Done. Leave snacks and a blanket pillow for them, and a bit of pocket change. I am okay with this. If I found out that someone who didn't need to do this to survive, like a little punk still living with her parents, then no, GTFO. But if it was someone looking for somewhere to survive the night, or grab a couple bucks for a coffee to help stay warm, they obviously need it more than my desperately broke ass. Because I at least had my shitty little car and I had some spare pocket change. Therefore I am more privileged. Does he smoke a lot of weed by any chance? Where I live we just keep everything expensive and important out of the car and leave it unlocked. The thought process is they're either going to smash the window or smash out the locks, happened several times, so might as well take the easiest route. Do I like them going through my car? No, but I like it better than cleaning up broken glass and replacing the window. I had someone break into my truck. Well, really I think I had left the door unlocked. Nothing was missing. In fact I had a new car charger in there that the thief must have took from another car, and dropped. I found the whole thing quite amusing. They couldn't take anything because I didn't have anything. Maybe they even felt sorry for me. When I was a teenager, I would leave my wallet or credit card visible in the front of my car. One day, after leaving the car unlocked, my dad took my wallet and card. He let me panic and freak out over it for 20 minutes, and I've never done it since. It was an excellent lesson that only cost me some stress, and a hell of a lot less headache than if someone actually stole my shit. It could be a drug or gambling debt. To make a point, the thief broke in his car to retrieve something he was owed or to scare his wife. I don't think he's worried because he knows the reason for the thief doing it. Just a thought.